And we have our next guest, another important event that's coming up real soon here. Our friends at the Maui Ocean Center are doing some wonderful things. Maui Ocean Treasures are there right at the Maui Ocean Center. This is Maui's most unique gift shop. And got Sandy Fujiwara. Mm-hmm. And we'll play musical chairs, and we'll put you over here, Sandy. And I've also got another guest coming in here. And I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Dane Maxwell.
I saw you before. You were here the other day.
Yeah,
Dane.
I was.
Yes. Nice to see you again, Dane.
Nice
How are
to
you?
see you too. Great.
And what do you do at the Maui Ocean Center?
I'm the wine cultural director there. Yeah.
Oh, I met you before.
Oh,
I met you. I met you at the immersive, beautiful. You did the chant.
Oh, yeah.
When the wonderful, beautiful, immersive whale. It's kind of like a 4D experience.
It feels that way, right?
Well, it's amazing. It's just everyone has to experience how it feels in that dome when you go inside. It's like a little bit of magic that happens. You feel like you're actually swimming with the whales.
Exactly.
You're just like can reach out and touch you.
Face to face.
Yeah, you're Charlie Maxwell's son.
Grandson.
Yeah. Oh, okay, great.
He was my papa, yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
and you do blessings as well?
I do, yeah.
You did a nice blessing that night, I remember.
Yeah, mostly
Enchanting?
protocol, specifically to certain things. Like that evening, it was directed to Kanaloa. You know, we're in his realm. We're surrounded by different types of or fish. We have Kanaloa's one of his largest manifestations, which is the palaoa or whale. So that night it was about kola, right? So that's what we were there for. It was a sphere, and
is there a particular chant that you do for those kind of?
They're all tailored, right? They should all kind of.
Uh-huh.
They come when you speak of these specific, real important events. They should really be specific to that event. So that night it was to Kanaloa. So there was protocol that was there.
You know, that's interesting. I don't think a lot of people may do that as specifically. And that's nice that you do. So would there be different chants or different wordings in those situations?
Yeah, so there's a...
do you have to actually create them, or are there already chants that are already created for those?
Well, we're lucky, right? Sometimes we get to piecemeal stuff, which we try to... if we have one that's specifically for the event, we don't have too many. We live in a modern time where we kind of have to make it fit. So we do take different elements from different chants, or we have to haku them or create them from scratch. And I was lucky enough to go through Hawaiian immersion and be raised in hula. And I know a lot of people have scratched and clawed their way back to get to that point, you know, to learn how to make things fit for today's living. But yeah, you do create chants and you do make protocol work that fit the occasion.
Do you feel when you're chanting different energies for different events, when you do the call in? Because I know when you're doing a chant and calling, you're calling in energy and spirit.
Right.
So when you're calling in different energies, do you feel like, is it like tuning into a different channel? You're tuning into different...
It is.
Like
and really, there's no reason to do it if you're not doing it for that purpose, you know? We're lucky enough to be at the Ocean Center, or even just be near the ocean, or be surrounded by the element that we're speaking to, or speaking above, or trying to ask to be with us at the event. So yeah, we are doing it to ask a certain energy to be a part of our event.
And that's your focus is a little different too then. If you're tuning into that energy, you're tuning into a different...
It's a different focus, and the reason why is it's important is because at the Ocean Center, or whatever you're doing, you want to convey and make sure whoever's a part of the process is in the right mind headspace. You know, they're there for the right reason, to be a part of the event, but to
it's got to be pono.
Take it in, to convey the right message, and to be there for the right reasons too.
I like it.
Malama, right? And Malama.
Very well put.
I don't know.
No, Dane, I'm very impressed. That's very, very well put. So we want to talk about what's going to be coming up at the Maui Ocean Center, October 20th through the 26th. You're going to be having the inaugural Wai.Kai, Vai being water,
yes,
Kai being ocean.
Correct.
Of course, Vai is Wailuku.
Mm-hmm. Wailuku.
What's the Luku? I know Vai is water. What's Luku? The meanings?
Yeah, well, so there's many interpretations, right, in Hawaiian words, but it really means... One of the meanings is murderous waters.
Oh, we're living in the area of murderous waters.
Have you heard the term big water before? It's kind of an old, local term that's come up, but it is when our mountains in the Kuahivi and it rains really strong, and all you hear is this ginormous rumbling, the ground shakes, and the river expands to the sides of the walls of the river, and it goes beyond that. And,
well, it was just 2 years ago that
right.
whole big 100-year, they call it the 100-year Wailuku
I think we've had
River.
two in a few years.
That was big. That was very big.
Very big.
Very big, very big.
And it's a type of rain that changes everything. The topography.
That's what happened.
To the life in the water.
That's
as
exactly
well.
what happened. Wow. Well, this is going to be, even though it's the 20th through the 26th, I know Tony Rojas real well, and I'm proud that she's created an event for this coming Saturday, which is for special needs children and young people, which is going to be a pre-event that is going on for those that are a little more sensitive to noise and energy and special things. So that's really sweet that this Saturday is kind of a special kickoff, right?
A sensory day.
A sensory day,
right.
Yes.
And it's a nice, it's a visual experience, and there's other ways from the listenings to the smells. Salt water, right? That's a powerful smell. I used to live downtown my entire life, but then I moved up country, and I miss that ocean smell. And there's different ways of hearing it.
I thought about that, the smell.
Right. So, and what do you smell? Do you smell limu? Do you smell different types of fish? Do you smell the shoreline that has sand? Or do you smell a shoreline that is just a rocky shoreline or a river stone shoreline? There's different smells.
You know
so
what? I'm going to have to go do another walk.
Take your time.
I go up at EL. In fact, after here, I'm going up. I go up there 2-3 times a week. I used to go up there every day, but it's a little too crowded now.
Yeah.
So,
I agree.
And sometimes you can't notice all the senses if there's all these distractions that are going on, you know, with
cell
people.
Phones to people in cars.
Yeah. So, but when you're by yourself, you can. And I like to always sit by the stream. And when you're sitting quiet by a stream or by the ocean, it's a very different experience than when you're moving and active, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up. And you're going to be doing that. How do people sign up for that special event this coming Saturday? Is it a sign up, or how do they participate for that?
You know, for that event, I think the best way to get more information is from our website, MauiOceanCenter.com. That's probably the best way to get details on that event.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it's very thoughtful to have that. Now, this happened last year, right? The first event was last year.
Sensory Day?
No, for the 20th through the Wai.Kai.
No, this is the inaugural.
The inaugural. I did say that, inaugural, didn't I?
But
there was something last year, but I guess it wasn't this one. This is very big.
So you said Vai, and you said Kai. We have Vais for all of our peaks. We need our peaks and our watersheds, right? But they're definitely codependent. So our river water always makes it to the ocean. And if you put the word vai and kai together, it means brackish water. So we have our muli vai where the water meets the shoreline. But that specific type of water, vai kai, is also brackish water. It's pretty cool.
It's where you don't go in the ocean because the sharks like it, right?
Depends. So if you have Wailuku and it's raging up in the up in the mountains, you definitely do not want to go in the ocean. When that water is chocolate brown, and it looks like hot cocoa,
the sharks like
that's
that.
Not a place for us. Not a time for us to be in the ocean. I couldn't stress that enough. Right.
And it's going to be an interesting thing. I just noticed that the free daytime aquarium admission for Hawaii children.
Right. That's
which is going to be all of the days next week.
It is from the 20th through the 26th, and any Kamaʻāina adult can bring any Kamaʻāina keiki in free.
Isn't that nice?
That's definitely something we wanted to get across. During that week, we'll have different types of nonprofits and organizations that will be talking about stewardships from the mountains to the ocean. And having that accessible is crucial to the next generation. Yeah.
Well, it's absolutely crucial to the world, too, because every person that takes a few moments to care about the environment makes a difference. And we know that being on this island.
Right.
You know, we know how important that is, being on an island that we have to malama pono, right?
Exactly, yeah. So we wanted to have different partners. And because we know that everyone has a different can have a different sentiment attached to certain things. So we want to make sure that, maybe this person cares about freshwater OP. Like, hihivai. Or maybe this person is more of an ocean person, worries about cetaceans or worries about our coastlines and how they're being utilized. So having different partners throughout the week, and we also have 2 evening events we can talk about later. But, making sure there's something of interest to everybody that comes through.
Well, and of course, I've always wondered, because part of the whole state motto is about taking care of the land, right?
Ua mau ke eo ka ina I kupono, that one?
But what is there? Is there anything about taking care of the ocean in the?
Well, you know, the word aina itself, that being a part of and it means sovereignty too, right? Yeah, but sovereignty can mean many things, from food sovereignty. We need food sovereignty, and in order to have food sovereignty, we have to have a healthy environment. We have to have an aina that can provide us with healthy food.
I never heard the term food sovereignty before.
Right.
That's the first time I've heard of food sovereignty.
Well, yeah, we're dependent on imports of food in order for us to survive here, right?
Yeah.
But in order to grow good foods, in order to have healthy and fish and also fresh water, we have to have a healthy environment. So that aina in there, and the sovereignty of the aina, is critical. And that can be interpreted in many different ways.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I've always wondered about that. Because our oceans are in a critical state right now. Not that our aina isn't, but I think the oceans are crying very loudly right now. It's very sad.
Probably a direct reflection of our land, and the state that it's in as well.
And our people.
And our people, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are just, for me, I'm an extension of the land. So and I think a lot of us, so hopefully, I guess I have to take care of myself too, so we can reflect it back into the kind.
Well, there really is no separation, and we see that more and more and more. And when we even think about what's going to be happening in the next 20 or 30 years, I mean, it's like, whoa. I'm so glad you're doing this, because there's going to even be a beach to reef cleanup happening at Keālia Pond, happening on the 20th. That's this coming Sunday.
Definitely. And I wanted to, critical part about that, and many of the things we're doing that week is for two nonprofits. Maui Nui Botanical Garden, everybody knows about Maui Nui.
Yeah.
And then we also have Maui Ocean Center Marine Institute, which does like coral propagation and malama. And
you grow coral there. You actually foster and take care of it.
Correct. And we act as a repository to many of our endemic and indigenous species of coral here in Hawaii. And then we take care of turtles, rehabilitation, and recovery.
We just released some.
And we released, so they will be hosting the 20th event, our what do you call Road to Reef cleanup at Keālia. So that starts at 7 o'clock. Can people sign up for that, or they show up? Or just show up, really. And like I said earlier, their details are on our MauiOceanCenter.com. It's 8:15 to 10.
Now, Keālia Pond, it went through a lot of changes as far as the center, but is it going to be open, or how do you get in? Because sometimes you can't get in on a Saturday to that. So I guess it'll be a special.
Right. I guess what we're trying to figure out, too, so like I said, check out our website for more details. We're trying to coordinate where the parking location is for that event.
Yeah, it's interesting, because there's been higher oceans, and what do they call the king's tides?
King tides, right.
You notice the king tides have been coming in a little more. And
higher
it's
and
like
higher. If you drive to Lahaina, you can see it on always crashing on the road.
And even into that other side across from Keālia Pond, that was getting more. And that would be considered the ocean water mixing it. So that would be a kind of Wai.Kai, right?
Wai.Kai. And then you think about what's below the water table. So you have our waters coming from the mountain that's not visible. That is also mixing with the ocean. So those are critical, especially when we talk about, limu, right? Limu, seaweeds.
Yeah.
We rarely see them today. That's a big passion I'm moving into at some point. But yeah.
Oh, there's been some bad seaweeds that I found out that some of the big ships have been bringing in killer seaweed.
Invasive seaweeds displacing our native and endemic species.
Yeah.
And not only that, their growth is so rapid that they're taking over our reefs. And besides the climate change, water temperature rising and acidity levels going up for corals and bleaching, we also have these algae who like to move in after that events happen as well.
Yeah, and that's kind of, when I found out about that, it was like, oh my gosh, really? Some of these ships are coming in and bringing these invasive seaweed that are like,
If they were tasty, right? If they were tasty, I'm sure we could eradicate them a lot quicker.
If
so
they
maybe
were,
we
maybe we got to figure out a way,
and
right?
see if they taste good and if they're healthy.
Or at least to fish if they were tasty. But I heard they're even killing some of the fish species off.
I don't know, but
that's what I hear.
You never know.
October 20th also is a free daytime aquarium and sphere admission. How cool is that for Kamaʻāina?
For Kamaʻāina Keiki again. The sphere is pretty cool. You said.
It's unbelievable. I love it.
And just having.
So if you have not gone into the sphere, or if you want to just re-experience and get re-inspired again, you got to come this Sunday, because there's nothing else like it on Maui.
Nothing really. again, like I said, throughout the week we're going to have a bunch of things going on, but two of our evening events, besides our Reef Talk, our Thursday Kohulu has been a project that we've been working on ever since I started.
What is Kohulu?
Kohulu, actually the word is very interesting. Kohulu, we think of, there's different words that we've used recently for the schooling of fish in the Hawaiian language, but Kohulu is a word that is coming back, and it means when fish school towards the surface. So in cultural belief, we say that some of our deepest knowledge comes from the pole, which is for us, it's the dark parts of the ocean and also some of the highest points in heaven, so the darkest parts in our skies, not heavens.
The 2 points.
Right. So when fish collectively come from the darker parts of the ocean and come up to the surface to our realm, that's my symbolizing of us being together collectively in one space and sharing and bringing to light Aboriginal knowledge. So that is cool. We have two panels. Kohulu, yeah. Kohulu is going to have 2 panels, a Vai panel and also a Kai panel. Made up of 5 people on each panel. So it's going to be a long evening with intermission, some light.
Starting at 5:45.
5:45, and
it's going to be where in the aquarium there?
It's in the Sphere. Yeah.
Oh, nice! I'm so glad it's getting used for those things.
Right. There's a lot of different events going on.
So you got a Vi panel and a Kai panel.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's wonderful. And then there's also going to be some music.
Some light music before everybody enters into it, and some light refreshments. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. And then there's going to be a benefit, the Wai.Kai benefit evening on Saturday, October 26th. What's that about? Again, going back to our 2 nonprofits, huge, right? It's net proceeds will all go to both Maui Nui Botanical Gardens and Maui Ocean Center Marine Institute. But that evening we have so many things going on. Not only will the park and the Sphere be open, we'll have pretty much all of our nonprofits within the park doing educational booths, but we have Nawaiʻeha, a musical group here on Maui, and Nawaiʻeha talking about all our 4 waters on our West Maui mountains, right? I think they just got a Nahoku. They got a Nahoku over there. Yeah, I think most promising artist. Yeah, and then we have another Nahoku winner, a group called Nahua that evening. Yeah, they're both very good. Very awesome. Probably my favorite. Well, I love the music, but we also have a panel that night as well, talking about Kane and Kanaloa. So we're talking about freshwater and then our ocean, but features guests like Auntie Hokulani Holt. Oh, I love her. She's just amazing. Right. Maui's Hokulani Holt. We're wonderful. Yeah. We're super excited. Yeah. So that one you have to get tickets for. Those are tickets, and with the ticket comes free entree, and also drinks are included with that as well. Yeah. And that's also through what site best to get? MauiOceanCenter.com. That's the best. There's so much going on. Right. It started off as one day, and then we're like, let's shoot for the moon. It's for a good cause, Well, I'm so interested in talking, but I'm sorry. I need to get to Sandy here because I think it is a real treasure that people don't realize how beautiful your store is there. A lot of people may not even be aware. Even if you don't have time to go in the whole Ocean Center, you can go into your store at the Ocean Center, and it's one of the finest stores with a collection of wonderful local product, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. A lot of people don't know whether you're a visitor or you've lived here all your life. As far as I know, we've always been open to the public as far as our gift shop goes. And you can just go before you go to the ticket office and go right into the gift shop, right? So no aquarium admission required to come shop. Of course, you do have to stand in line if there's a line at the admissions. But you just let them know when you get up to the front that, you just want to come shopping with us. Oh, so you go in still that way and then just go through and say you want to. I got it. Exactly. I got it. And you know what? With the holidays coming, I really hope everyone thinks of getting something made here locally on Maui as a gift, because there's so many beautiful things made. I mean, it must be hard for you to even decide. Because you are stock full. Give people an idea of what you have in the shop, what is covered in what you carry. Okay. Well, we have a vast array of things for different tastes and different people, different ages. So as far as Maui or Hawaii made, we have this great food pantry area. So it has, it's full of, most of it's Maui made, some of it's Hawaii made. So we have jams, jellies, cookies, teas. So it's kind of something for everybody. And then we also have some, wood art. So some is koa, some is carved fish hooks and whatnot that is made in Hawaii. And we also have jewelry as well that's made in Hawaii. And then just in general in our gift shop, we have a bunch of different apparel items for both adults and children. We have plush animals. We have a great adult library as well as a kids library. And just a lot of, some of it's Hawaii-made bath and body products as well.
So what I found too is when people want something as a gift, if you have friends living in other places in the world, they love to get these things that you can't get anywhere else. It's so special if they get something made there, and everyone could love something special. And I really hope people do consider getting the children books that talk about the culture. How wonderful for them to learn. And so many people have done beautiful books.
Oh, yeah.
Reading books for children to learn at a young age about turtles, about sea life, and about the Aina, and wonderful stories that they can get there.
Yeah.
That are so precious.
Yeah, it's, it's one of a kind. I mean, we try to make sure that we have and keep our, book selection, and we're always trying to,
Do you have any
build it up.
CDs left?
We have a little bit, but,
I know, they're becoming
DVDs
extinct.
are kind of going off the
They're
wayside,
becoming
too.
extinct. It's so
Yeah.
sad. I just I mean, I have 6 CDs out, and it's like, oh my God, this may be the last year because no one's carrying CDs and buying CDs anymore. But I know I used to have my Practicing Aloha CD there. But I mean, I know how beautifully run that store is, and really, literally, give yourself time. Because once you get in there, you just really want to spend time looking around and exploring, There's so many things that you can just learn just looking at the product that you carry there.
Yeah, I mean, some people, that we've heard that, spend more time in the gift shop than they do sometimes in the aquarium. So there's a lot to see. We have a bunch of different things, and we do give Kamaʻāina discounts as well as military. So
I didn't know you gave Kamaʻāina a discount.
Yeah, so Kamaʻāina is 10% with a valid ID on regular price merchandise. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I have to say, you do a beautiful job. It's really, truly, it is a treasure to find that beautiful, beautiful store and what you've got in it. And you do a lovely, lovely job with it.
Thank you. Yeah,
do you do stuff online as well?
Unfortunately, we don't have an online store, so that's something that, maybe down the road a little bit. But we did, but fortunately we don't anymore.
But get it there and make sure you get it, and then you can have it shipped out, and you can ship it out to your friends and family, and do that early so you don't have to worry.
Yep.
I really recommend everyone shopping local.
Yeah, definitely.
And thank you, really. I tell you, Dane, it's been you have an amazing week coming up, and I recommend everyone going to your website. Because there's so much, there's just no way you can really cover it all, and we're out of time. But thank you for coming in today.
Mahalo nui.
Thank you.
I learned a lot. Aloha.
Aloha, we hope.